Hi and welcome to Reseller News. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is June 5th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content. Come back for more. Today I want to do the Reseller News. I got quite a few windows open up, so without further ado, let's get right to it. Okay, for those who are new to my channel, I just want to give you guys a heads up. I do not read everything verbatim. I will share some of these stories with you. I will tell you where I get the information from, and I will give you the URL, and the rest is up to you if you'd like to pick up where I left off. First story is from Bloomberg Law, and I'm going to give you the URL for that. It's https://news.bloomberglaw.com. And the first story goes on to say here, this was, by the way, published on June 4, 2019, so you're not so old, you know it's not old information I'm putting out here. It goes on to say lawmakers spur Amazon and eBay to crack down on counterfeits. And it goes on to say over here, Amazon Inc. and eBay Inc. and other companies headed to Capitol Hill on June 4th for a closed-door meeting with the House lawmakers on ways to block online counterfeit goods from flowing into the U.S. Nike and Home Depot Inc. are among the companies joining the meeting organized by Rep. Hank Johnson, chairman of the House Judiciary Subcommittee on Courts and Intellectual Property, and Internet Martha Robin from Alabama, of the subcommittee's ranking member, and Doug Collins, the full committee's ranking member, according to the statement obtained by Bloomberg Law. It goes on to say the meeting is aimed at helping U.S. retailers and brands voluntarily come up with best practices to protect trademarks, consumers, according to the statement. So I'm not going to read too much into this here, folks. I want you guys to, if you get a chance, check it out. That's why I gave you the URL. I know there's not much to read. Actually, I could just scroll down here and you could read it for yourself. If you don't want to go to the URL, that's totally up to you. I'm not going to read everything verbatim because for the simple reason is I will be here all day and I don't want to keep this here. You can see I got quite a few windows open up. So if you want, you could also check it out yourself. You could just scroll down if you do not want to go to the URL. Let's move right along. Here's another story here. This came out on, let's see here, I'm sorry, this was June 5th. This came out today, 2019. The URL is www.newstimes.com. And the story goes on to say here, Amazon will deliver your packages even if you buy them on eBay or Etsy, and it suddenly caught the attention of regulators. Let's read a little into this here. It goes on to say Amazon has logistics and service known as Fulfillment by Amazon, which offers its third-party sellers the chance to have items sold on Amazon site stored, packaged, and shipped to customers for a fee. Amazon offers the same service when a seller is selling these items on other marketplaces such as eBay or Etsy. This service is known as a multi-channel fulfillment and is more expensive to use. Now, I wasn't aware of this here. As I said once before, if you guys follow me on my YouTube channel, I am a registered seller on Amazon, but right now at the present time I am not selling. I'm selling basically I sell on eBay. 100% of my stuff is on eBay right now. Outside of the cross-selling, I do that on occasion too, but for the most part, everything I have, a good majority of my merchandise is on eBay. But anyway, it goes on to say Vox reported that the discrepancy in prices between these two services have caught the attention of the Federal Trade Commission, which is questioning Amazon's competitors about the practice. Okay. Now, I'm not going to read too much into this here. You could check it out. It goes a little more down here, so it gets a little more into it. If you guys would like to read on it, you're more than welcome to. But right now, because I have a lot of windows open up, I do not want to expand too much on the topic. Okay. I know it's not that much to read, but I'd rather just let you guys check it out for yourself. I gave you URL, you know the company. Let's move right along. Okay, this one here is from eSellers Cafe, and let me give you the URL. It's https://esellercafe.com. And this story was published June 4, 2019. It says PayPal's divorce from eBay takes another step. You know, I just want to share something really quick while we're on the PayPal subject here. Let me share this story with you really quick. I had sold a puzzle to a buyer of eBay, and it was a 1,000-piece puzzle. And the item, in the picture, it showed that one of the on the corner it had a crease in it, and it was brand new, still wrapped in there, right? Still wrapped up in plastic wrapping. I sell it to the buyer. The buyer gets it. About maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, messages me back and says, there's a piece missing here. I would like to have a refund. And at one point I said, well, you know what? It's a brand new puzzle. I said, I find it very hard for the puzzle to have a missing a piece, but he took a picture of it all completed, and there was one piece missing. But, let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. This could be a buyer's way too. I'm not saying 100%, but another way of being scammed out. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. I'm not there. I'm not seeing the person put this thing together. I mean, all it takes is if you are selling now this, I told people many times in my videos when I do talk about what I sell, I do not sell open board games and open puzzles. I will not. If you get a 1,000-piece puzzle, a 1,500-piece puzzle, I am not going to sit there counting out 1,500 pieces. My rule of thumb is when I go sourcing, I do not buy open board games and I do not buy open puzzles for that reason. However, the puzzle I sold this gentleman was brand new, sealed, and all wrapped up in plastic. So I find it very hard, very hard to believe that this item was, missing a piece. What I think happened is the person probably lost the piece. Maybe they were doing it, they took it out, whatever. Maybe they have children in play with it, whatever. Who knows? I don't know. There's a number of reasons why one piece isn't missing. That one particular piece is missing. But anyway, so it goes back and forth. He opens up the case with PayPal, and I have to honestly say, PayPal came to the rescue. They helped me out with this here. I explained, and here's the other thing too. When he opened up the complaint with PayPal, he stated in there that the item, that the puzzle, which was an unauthorized purchase. So with that, I called up PayPal and I said, let me ask you a question. He's saying it's an unauthorized purchase. How come he sent me pictures of the puzzle all completed? If it was an unauthorized purchase, wouldn't you think he would send it back and say, listen, this was sent in error. Can I have my money back? And you said, I would have sent it back to him with no problem. I would have had no problem with it. But he didn't do that. He was too quick to jump the gun. And needless to say, thought I was going to get the royal shafting here, which it didn't turn out that way. I explained this to PayPal. And because PayPal has the seller protection, I was able to get my money back refunded to me. Okay. So let me tell you something. I have to honestly say, I know sometimes people get a little disgusted with PayPal or eBay. They voice their concerns and stuff. PayPal and eBay has been pretty good to me. I mean, I do have a love-hate relationship with eBay. For people who follow me, probably say, yeah, I know. You said that many times before. I love them when I'm making money, and I hate them when I don't sell. But I don't really literally hate them. Because if I did, I wouldn't be selling on eBay. So I just kind of like throw that out there. I guess try to be cute with it, right? But anyway, so I asked the lady on the phone. I said, "Can you do me a favor? I'm gonna, after the calls, after she told me what she was going to do, that she was, I was under seller protection. I was going to get that money for a fund. It was a decent little chunk of cash." I said, "Look, I don't know if you guys still do it, if you have custom surveys. But I would like to, do a survey for you. You've been very helpful. You helped me out. PayPal's been good to me in the past." I said, "You've been helpful." She goes, "Well, we're happy. She goes, "I'm happy that you're happy with the service." So I said, "Oh no, absolutely, I am very happy with the service." But anyway, I said, "Is there a way to send a customer service?" So she said, "Yeah." She gave me her ID and she gave me her name. And if you guys want to send, you do it through email, no doubt. If you want to send a person, let's say you had a nice experience with a customer rep on PayPal, this is now, you could ask the person for their name and their ID number. And where you're going to send it on your email, let me give you the email address, because as far as that's what it is, the email address is kudos@paypal.com. So let me just read it. It's the kudos is KUDOS @paypal.com. And if you want to send them there, telling the party, telling PayPal that the person that helped you, you give them the name and the ID, and that they were very helpful, and this way they get credit for it. But for me, like I said, it worked out really good, I have to honestly say. But that's why I really don't have complaints. Very rarely will you hear me say anything about bad about PayPal. Even eBay, like I said, sometimes eBay would do things that I didn't think were right, and I would speak against it, with the things I thought were wrong. But for the most part, I have to honestly say eBay's been good to me as well. So I have to only say, on both of them, they've been good to me. Okay, but anyway, going on that long spiel, let me just move a little along here. And it goes on to say here, on Monday, PayPal announced the availability of the PayPal Commerce Platform, a service designed for marketplace e-commerce solution providers, crowdfunding platforms, and more. The PayPal Commerce Platform is a customizable collection of features to connect 277 million active users to complete transactions on a trusted payments platform that is already available on some of the world's leading platforms. The features for the new platform brings to the table are enable growth. Just going to read the highlights. Enable growth, simplifies compliance, provides protection, powers to the end-to-end payment options. Okay, and it says over here, while eBay downplays PayPal, others jump in. And as eBay continues to expand its own payment solution, PayPal is signing up with many global marketplaces and e-commerce solutions brands to build its trusted transactions network. After eBay split, I'm sorry, folks, I'm reading too ahead of myself. After the eBay split of eBay, PayPal embarked on a strategy to become less dependent on eBay's transaction volume, realizing that over time, more eBay transactions will be managed by its own payment platform. Now, I don't know, did you guys sign up for that new managed payment plan? I didn't. I'm still with PayPal, and I like to stick with them until the bitter end, unless I can't. But for the most part, I love PayPal, and I do hope they give an option there where if you still want to use PayPal to make payment, for buyers to make purchases on eBay, that would really be good if they could leave like a little link there, a little hyperlink. But if eBay's gonna go full force with their own payment plan, where it's gonna be all in house, where you don't have to leave the site, like go from here to there, whatever. To me, it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? We'll see what happens. Now I'm looking over here as I'm talking to you guys. It says over here, read more. PayPal comes back to eBay. I'm not gonna click this on. I know it's an active hyperlink. You could check it out if you get a chance. And let me give you. I think I gave you the URL. It's one more time. It's I'll just give it to you with the www.resellercafe.com, and this is the story you're looking for. Okay, I know it's a contradicts, right? PayPal's divorce from eBay takes another step, and then you scroll down here. PayPal comes back to eBay. I'd have to read more into that. I don't know what that's all about. All right, the next three windows are going to be from TameBay.com. It's another one I like, folks. That's another one. There's two I like here. Is e-commerce bites, which is going to be coming up soon after these three, and then we're going to close this reseller news out. But anyway, this story was published today, June 5th, 2019. It says porn block age verification could change the internet as we know it, which is good. Like I said, my channel, for all intents and purposes, like I said, I do not discuss religion and politics, and I do not use profanity on here, and you will definitely never see this stuff on my YouTube channel. But anyway, it goes on to say, in the case where you're unaware, from the 15th of July 2019, there's going to be a porn block for adult sites, which means you'll need age verification before you get access to porn sites content under the Digital Economy Act. This is the government's method of trying to stop under 18s from being corrupted. It's not going to work. True, because they'll always find other ways to get through it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's to say the verification? You're on the other end of a computer. It's not like you're in there in person. You bring in personal ID, your driver's license, birth certificate, whatever. So, I mean, is this really going to work? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's all... it may be a hit and miss. Let's see. But I'm not going to read too much into this, guys, because like I said, you can see I have a whole bunch of other windows open up here, and I want to expand a little on each topic. I don't want to close this video out. Keep in mind, the company, I don't know if I gave you, I don't think I did, but it's https://tamebay.com. And the next two windows are going to be the same thing from the same company, so I'm not going to repeat it. Okay, so let's close this one out. Okay, here's another story. eBay urges sellers to avoid FedEx $350 penalty for non-compliant hazardous goods. I don't use FedEx anymore. I gave them up. I closed my account. I'm not really happy with them. I wasn't getting really good deals, even on a business aspect of it. I wasn't getting the discounts I thought I was going to get. Anyway, with that set aside, this story came out June 4, 2019. eBay has urged sellers to avoid FedEx's $350 penalty fee for shipping dangerous goods or hazardous materials through FedEx in the U.S. eBay has announced the news that the eBay community saying that from the 1st of June, FedEx will charge $350 fee for each incident of a package shipped through FedEx that contains a non-compliant hazmat goods. And then it goes on to say here, without expanding too much on what is considered a non-compliant package. A non-compliant package that contains dangerous goods or hazardous materials include insufficient and improper packaging, improper hazmat labeling or markings, undeclared or dangerous goods, DG, prohibited materials, packages abandoned or refused. Okay, and then it goes on to look to say here. I don't want to keep reading all this here. I know there's not much to read, but it says, what does this mean for sellers? If FedEx determines that the sellers has shipped a non-compliant package, the fee will be reflected on their monthly eBay invoice. On an eBay invoice in the same way FedEx shipping charges will be assessed today. And then it says how to avoid the fee, and you could read a little more. I know there's not much to read in there. Well, the rest is comments. So again, I know I could read the rest of it, but you guys could check it out. You get the gist of it. Let's move right along because I got another window to open up with TameBay. And it goes on to say here, PayPal commerce platform launches set to support sellers' growth as e-commerce progresses. And then it goes on, and the story came out June 4, 2019. PayPal announced that it will launch a platform, PayPal commerce platform, which is designed to meet the individual needs of a marketplace merchants by offering them a set of services and tools. PayPal says there has been significant change in e-commerce in recent years, and several things are transforming the next phase of global trading. Does anybody sell globally? I don't. I stay in-house. I do everything in-house. I don't bother selling outside of that. To me, it's not worth the aggravation. I heard too many nightmares, but that's me, so don't hold me accountable for it. There may be people out there that love to sell internationally, and they do great with it, never had no problem. Kudos to you guys, But for me, I like to stay in-house. I'd rather stay within the United States. But anyway, if you guys want to check this out here, I know there's not much to read, but you could check it out for yourself. Okay. Next windows are going to be all from ecommercebytes.com. So let me give you the URL. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. And the story we're going to look for is, this was posted June 4th, 2019. eBay says sellers can offer free shipping without a big risk. It goes on to say here, eBay issued an announcement urging sellers to offer free shipping, telling that it's almost a must-have, and telling that they can implement it without taking a big risk. It says over here, while the model works for many sellers, many others say it's impractical or too costly for the types of goods they sell. That's true. Now, if you're going to offer free shipping, all right, here's the thing you got to take in consideration. If you're selling something small, this is my take on it, folks, when it comes to free shipping. If the item is small, I sell eyeglass cases, all right? Let's say I send it out, I send the eyeglass case out, whatever, and somehow along the way it gets damaged. Or let's just say the buyer decides, I don't want it anymore. All right, so now the buyer don't want it, they send it back. I got to pay the return ship. And return ship, it could be from, $2.66 to $3.99, right? I'd rather offer free shipping or free 30-day returns on small items like that. But when it comes to printers or something that's big and it's costly, that's when I will take the free shipping off. Because if you have it where the buyer or the seller pays for free shipping, I'll give you a quick example. I was selling a printer, I think it was a Brother printer, stated in there that the item is for parts not working, put it in the title and a description, right? And I send it out on a Wednesday. They get it on a Thursday. It was going to New York City. It's like a 45-minute drive for me. I get it dropped off at the person's place, but I'm not going to do that, of course. It's because the city's a zoo. When you go over there, there's so many people there. Anyway, so I send it to the person on Wednesday, gets it on a Thursday, sends it, and then opens up a return case with eBay on a Friday. You know what his reason was? Not as described, which is false, and he had the audacity to say that it was defective, not working. I got to say one thing. I got to give these buyers credit for trying because, well, the story doesn't have a happy ending because for the simple reason I didn't really go after. I didn't really appeal it. I should have. And even the person on eBay said, well, you could appeal it if you want. I should have, but I didn't. Um, anyway, so the person with that, eBay allows them to send it back. And what happens with me, because he used those words, I'm the one that took a $15 loss on the shipping and handling. Now she goes, well, you could appeal it. I said, you know what? I'm just going to write it off. It's an experience, a bad experience, and I'm not going to let it happen again. Going forward, folks, if you're going to sell something that's costly, $15, $20, $30 on shipping, it's all a gamble. You may say, well, let me see. I mean, if I take that free shipping away, I may not sell that thing. But keep it in mind, if you offer that where the seller pays return shipping, you're going to be crying. Because I know, for me, when I have a thing like that, I mean, I don't get I get very rarely I get returns. But if something going forward is kind of like that price range between $15 and $20, even $5, who wants to pay $5? I'm going to think twice about it, and that's what I suggest you guys to do. Be very selective when it comes to listing your items and whether you're going to offer free shipping or not. Because if you don't, and you offer free shipping, and the seller's picking up the tab on a return shipping, you're going to be complaining depending on how much it is. So really think about it, folks. Think about that before you jump into that thing. When you're setting up your listings, make sure you decide what you want to do with that. If it's going to be costly in shipping, you might want to say buyer pays return shipping. That's all. Anyway, I expand a little much on this here. I don't want to get too much into it. Let's see. I copied it pretty much of it. Yeah, which model works for you, many? Okay, let's just pick up here. While the model works for many sellers, many others say it's not practical, too costly for the types of goods they sell. eBay acknowledged that every seller situation is different, but said the long-term payoff are worth it. Other suggestions that made for the faint of the heart: set the threshold, only offer free shipping on orders over a certain dollar amount. Just what now? I didn't even read this whole thing, and that's basically what I was telling you is what's written here. Okay, so think about what you're going to do. If you could afford a loss like that, like I said, that $15 hurt. Think about it. If it's something like for $3, like me, like a eyeglass case, if someone sends it back and it says the seller pays return shipping. If I'm out $3.99, I don't want to be out of any money, but I'd rather be out $3.99 than $15, you know what I'm saying, or higher. So keep that in mind. All right, let's move right along. This one over here, eBay limits shipping options shown to buyers. All right, it goes on to say eBay is limiting the number of shipping options shown to buyers. It announced today the change, which calls an improvement to the buyer experience, impacts the listing pages and checkout pages. It goes on to say here, it seemed eBay did some time traveling, did some time traveling and making the announcement on June 3rd. It wrote that the change would go into effect on May 28th. eBay stated in its announcement, until recently, shipping options outlined for the buyer did not always promote the best value. eBay will now only show the most cost-effective shipping services for a given delivery and higher price options. Okay, it goes on to say a little more here. Some key points. Got the key points here. I'm not going to get much into it. See, I know there's not much to read. You guys could read it if you like. Okay, but yeah, you guys are familiar with the acronyms here. I never have no acronyms like BOLO. Be on the lookout for. Then this one here is BOPIS. Buy online, pick up in a store. I mean, people making these things up as they go along. But anyway, yeah, that's what it's all about as far as that part goes. You guys could check the rest of this story out here. Okay, this one came out June 3rd, 2019. eBay sellers find when smoke clears snads are snads. All right. Let's read along this here, what this is all about. eBay CEO Devin Winnick told shareholders on Thursday that sellers should expect to hear more about the enhanced protection as the year progresses. But many sellers say that in the practice, eBay continues to move forward, enforcing policies more favorable to the buyers than to sellers. Some say that stinks literally. Now, I understand where people are coming with this stuff here. But like I said earlier, I never really had any really big qualms with eBay as far as that part. They've been pretty good to me, just as well as PayPal too. They've both been good services to me. I had no problem with them. Now, on the other hand, this one here, what they're talking about, these SNAD reports, sellers not as described. I think that's what that acronym is for. Yeah, over here, significant. Well, all right, this is significantly not as described, or INAD, item not as described. Yeah, they come up with all these acronyms here. To me, like I said, when it comes to doing your listings, folks, make sure you take that time and initiative. Don't rush it. Give it the once over. Me, when I used to do my demo videos and sneak peek videos and intro videos, when I would come back from the thrift store, I would put it up, clean it up, document it, put it in my ledger book, how much I paid for it, if I got a 50% off, whatever, 25, 50% off. I would make sure that I went over that item with the fine-tooth comb. Now, could that happen sometimes where you're going to actually, you may miss a spot or whatever, there's got a little ding or a dent in it, and you post it up there and you say, oh, this thing is good, and you find out later on it had a ding on it or a scratch. Give it the once over, okay? Don't get something, you look at it and you say, I seen it already, I got the visual, it's perfect. Did you really give it a good look? I wear glasses for reading. Now, I notice there is a difference. Like I said, if I'm looking at something that's pre-owned and it's an electronic item or whatever it may be, I need to put my reading glasses on because I might not see the fine details. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, a blotch or a rust or a dent, I could see that. But I'm just trying to say all the fine little details might be filtered out, because I don't wear my glasses. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is when you're getting an item to source, make sure you look it over really thoroughly. And the way you see it is the way you should write it in your description. If the item has rust on it, things, dents, or whatever, put it in there. Paint missing, put it in there. Okay? But don't just look at it, give it a fast glance. Okay, this looks good. Boom, throw it up there. Because that's how you'll end up getting yourself on a problem. Because when people get it, let's say you're selling something that has a scratch on the bottom or it's got a piece missing, and you're looking at just you'll look at the main focal point of it, saying, oh, this thing looks great, and then next thing you know, the buyer gets it. Let's say they turn over, they say, oh, look at the bottom of the thing is scratched or it's cracked. So don't always take everything for face value that, hey, it's good, it's got to be perfect. And when it comes to electronics, make sure you test it before you send it out. Absolutely, make sure you test it. I mean, that's another rule of mine. When it comes to electronics, I make sure I test everything before I ship it out. But anyway, let's move right along, folks. Like I said, I don't want to get too much in this here. You can read the rest of the story. And they also have the comments too, which I like to read because people have a way with words, if you get my drift. All right? So you know the site. You know what you're looking for. Okay. Look out, eBay, Etsy, Poshmark to launch home goods. This came out June 4, 2019. Sellers are buzzing about Poshmark's launch of home goods category. I bet you guys, a lot of you guys didn't know that, huh? The popular mobile site, the popular mobile selling app focuses on fashion, but Poshmark will soon make an official launch of the home goods, making rivals eBay and Etsy and Mercari sit up and take notice. Okay. I am a seller on Poshmark and what do you call it there? Etsy. I'm a registered seller on Etsy. I just don't sell on those Poshmark, my stuff is listed there. I think out of Poshmark, I think I said 2 or 3 things on there. Nothing to write home about. Etsy, with Etsy, I had some vintage T-shirts on there. I had it on for, maybe a month or something like that. It wasn't getting no traction. I took it off. So right as of now, I'm a registered seller on Etsy, just like I am on Amazon, but I don't have goods on either one of those things, either one of those platforms. So, yeah. Well, that'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes, how it rolls out. I don't know. I mean, to me, it don't make a big difference. I don't really sell too much home goods anyway, but who knows? We'll see what happens. And again, that's dealing with Poshmark. But let's move right along. Okay, eBay promote listing ads appear in completed item searches. That I talked about once before. I don't like that. This came out June 4, 2019. Looks like eBay has found another place to advertise. A seller alerted us after noticing a promoted listing ads appearing in completed item searches there. I don't know why. I think I talked about this once before. When you're listing on eBay, and I heard this from another seller too, You know, it's like when you're listing and you're paying that little, even if it's a small fee, say, oh, come on, 30 cents, 35 cents, it's nothing. You're like paying for real estate. You just paid eBay that little measly 30 or 35 cents to list your item on their website. And when things of this nature come up where they're posting other people's stuff in there, that kind of like really gets my goat going, because I say to myself, why do I have to, if I'm paying you 35 cents for a listing, why do you have to put somebody else's listing in my listing? I'm trying to make a sale. I don't know how you guys feel about it. You okay with it? Maybe you're okay with it. I'm not. But, it says over here, it says many users researched past sales through for completed item searches to help them determine the price and items, what they're selling for or buying, since the people sell items in various condition and a rarity on eBay. So, it's like anything else, folks. You got to look it out. Now, you see this is a thread here. When it says thread, these are active hyperlinks. Okay? So you could check it out if you get a chance. Like I said, again, I don't want to expand too much on it. If you get a chance, also read the comments if they have them a lot. Check them out. Okay, next one here. This pertains to me. I'm a New Yorker. This came out June 4, 2019. New York State explains new sales tax collection requirements. I'm retirements too. I'll be retired eventually, but not soon enough. Anyway, it goes on to say someone had written it to Ina Steiner, who is the owner of e-commerce Bytes. Says, Dear Ina, New York State sent the mailing explaining the sales tax requirement for the marketplace providers. Subject, sales tax collection requirement for marketplace providers. Then you got the TSBM. 19, Article 2S, whatever, sales tax collection requirement for marketplace providers, and so on. Now, this one here, I don't really see what the threshold is here. Do you guys? Maybe it's in the entire document. It'll probably have it in there, but I don't see it right now. As a matter of fact, talking about taxes here, I understand somebody, I follow another seller, YouTube seller, YouTube's actually eBay, but he's on YouTube, he was stating that people don't have to worry too much about collecting taxes because eBay's going to be collecting taxes for you people, for us sellers, in the states that opted into this. So I don't know where it's going to stand with that there. I still collect the New York State sales tax. If there is anything, like I said, if eBay is doing that there, where they're going to collect the taxes, let's say in California, Arizona, whatever, and they're going to do the remitting on my behalf to those, company tax jurisdictions, that's great. That's really good to know. But for the most part, when it comes to things of that nature, I like to do my own thing. I do my own thing as far as that part goes. I do collect the New York State sales tax, and like I said, whatever sales I make in New York, it goes back to them. If I don't make any sales in New York, hey, well, there you go. You didn't make any sales. But let's move right along, folks. Okay, the next story is eBay keeping tabs through household members. Somebody have written into Ina Steiner. She's the owner, just in case, I don't know if I said it, but she's the owner of e-commerce Bytes. It says, Dear Ina, recently my printer stopped working. I was going to use my brother's PC and printer to print an eBay label. We share an ISP through our Wi-Fi provider. When we went to his eBay homepage, to the surprise of both of us, he has shown two different items that looked at my computer within the last couple of days. I don't like that. It looks like eBay will stop at nothing to evade privacy of its users. Shame on them. I would love to hear their explanation for this, as I am sure other users would too. I've been on eBay for 19 years, so please redact my name should you find it this fit for publishing. Thank you. Okay. Now, if that's the case, if they are doing things of that nature, keeping tabs on household members, they should come out, either make a public announcement or on their website or whatever, and say, hey, this is what we're doing right now. We're monitoring other the systems here to see who's buying on our site and so on and so forth. Give people a heads up as to what you're doing, because when you find out later on like this here, you might make eBay may make a lot of enemies more than friends. So my personal take is what you should do is, like I said, if that's what the case is going to be, let people know about what's going on, okay? Definitely let them know what's going on. Well, that concludes the reseller news for June 5th, 2019. I hope you got a takeaway from it. I hope that information helped. I'm sorry I went through kind of fast with that there, folks. I'm just trying to keep this short and sweet as possible. And I know sometimes the reseller news goes on for a half hour or better, and I don't want to take too much of your time up. But if you do like the content and you do get a takeaway from the information I post out here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated as to when I post new videos out, please hit that bell notification icon. This is Rich Pasini signing off. Until next time, bye-bye now.